I had never heard the term past lifetimes. I had no idea past lifetimes really are real. We live for eternity and we can have as many lifetimes as we want. So my guide said, I'm going to show you 3 different past lifetimes. So the screen turns on, and the first life that I'm shown is me as a monk. And I had a shaved head and I was wearing a red gown and I was in a monastery. And my job in that lifetime was to teach kids about becoming monks in that life. And I knew just by looking at that lifetime that it had taken place somewhere in Southeast Asia. Then the screen went off. Then another lifetime showed up and it was me. And I didn't look anything like I do now. None of us do, because our lives are always based on genetics, DNA. And so this next screen shows up and I'm a shoe peddler and I had a wheelbarrow and I had all of these shoes stacked in this wheelbarrow. And my job in that life was to fix people's shoes. And what I was doing was I was taking them back to the village to pass them out to the people. And that lifetime took place somewhere in Eastern Europe. Well, the third life he showed me, I was a fisherman and I was standing in a little wooden boat on this lake. And I had nets that I would throw into the water and try to catch fish. And my job in that life was to help feed the community. And that lifetime took place somewhere in the Middle East. And so I saw these 3 lifetimes and I realized that, wow, oh my gosh, this is not the only life you have. So if people think that they never got to accomplish what they wanted to in this lifetime, it's okay, because you can have as many lifetimes as you want. And people, that what I thought was so interesting is that nobody forces you to come into a lifetime. It's totally up to the individual soul. Some people don't want to have that many lives, and some people do. It just depends what they want to learn. And what I also realized too is that you don't have to come into an Earth lifetime just to learn. You can still learn on the other side. In fact, anything that you love to do here on Earth, you can do on the other side. If you like to paint, you can do that. If you like to read, or you like to write, or you just want to go hiking, or just visit with friends, all those things you can do on the other side. As much as I try to explain how fantastic it is over there, I really can never get close to what it's really like. Best way that I can describe it is if you ever had a fantastic Christmas with family and friends around you, and that feeling that you have of that absolute love and joy of being with loved ones, that's what it feels like on the other side all the time. And you don't have to come into a life. It's strictly up to you how much you want to learn and how much you want to develop, because you can still grow on the other side, but you can also learn experientially by coming into a lifetime. And that's really the reason why we come into a life, is because on the other side, there is no hardships of any kind. There's no war, there's no disease, there's no violence, there's no homelessness, there's no hunger. All of that stuff only exists when you come into a lifetime. So on the other side, you can still learn, but you don't learn by overcoming something, because there's nothing to overcome. That only happens in life. And that's one of the main reasons why we actually come into a lifetime. And it's kind of like trying to describe to somebody what it's like to ride a bike. You really can't experience it until you actually do it. And that's why we come in.